I'll let everybody jump back in here. Let's finish that conversation. I'll let y'all come back in real quick. And let me finish my point I'm making so I can go lay myself down somewhere. This just happened. This is a real conversation with the people this time. Yeah, okay, y'all jumping back on. Good. Well, let me pick up where I left off. So we was talking about some of the the news reporting and why I don't really focus a lot of attention on some of 'cause I've even have brothers and sisters, genuine brothers and sisters, ask this question about, man, we need to talk about some of these issues going on. Our babies getting killed out here, man. Like they can't play outside. And I know how I am about it, right? I get so angry with that. So angry. You just don't know how angry I get about that, even seeing things like that and reporting something like that. And every blue moon I will report it. But I have to walk a fine line. And this is the fine line I walk. I know how angry I'm going to get. And then I will go on a tirade for a month, and I will be just going at it. And then the videos will go from what I'm doing now to going at them, which rightfully it should be rightfully so, right? I'm not saying that we shouldn't do that. But then when I've done that in the past, I have all these racists show up, right? Applauding that. Okay? Saying, yeah, you see, then they try to inject, well, we aren't the ones that's doing this. It's those thugs that's doing it. You reporting on the stuff, And I learned that over the years. And they would start donating to you when you start making that kind of content. Even though you feel like, man, I'm reporting something, I'm fighting and talking about my people, but anything extremely negative about black people, they love it. They will support it. They'll put money in your pocket. Easy. That's why I say cooning. And I'm not saying it's cooning to report news. No. But with time, you will start to develop a hate. I'm telling you. Because if you keep consuming certain content, you got to back off from it just for your sanity. And if you keep watching black person after black person after black person die, even if it's a white supremacist do it, it still affects your psyche. It still affects your mental health. And, there's certain stories I've done that I had to back off a few days because I couldn't deal with some of that. Right. And it's good I got contributors now because I now have the freedom to back off at least a little bit because I say, well, they can make content. Let me get my mind right for a minute on some things. But this is why I believe you don't see a lot of your content creators. I'm not speaking for them. I'm just giving an assessment. Don't go in on the topic. Yes, we know what's going on. Yes, we know. We know the problems in the black community. We know all of them. I definitely know them. But do you want your platform? We got enough of that with the Fox News and the CNN and the MSNBC beating us up constantly. But it's like, okay, now we got black media. Should we do the same thing? But then they don't talk about none of the crimes in their community. I mean, I could show y'all crime after crime after crime. They be shooting up, we know the schools. They be chopping up each other. Look at all the stuff with Epstein. See how quiet they are about Epstein? Ain't saying a word about any of that. Okay? Nothing. When they talk about Epstein, it's a blurb. When they talk about him, they don't go in on him. They do not talk about their criminals. No matter, look, you remember when they had those school shootings back to back to back to back to back? They will not harp on their people like that. Okay, they will say they're mentally ill. No matter what they do, they're mentally ill. They look what happened in Las Vegas. Oh, that guy got mental illness. They never demonized him. They never did any of that. They never do any of that. Yeah, ID show it. Yes, they do. But I'm talking about the mainstream media, the daily media that you will see all the time. They do not demonize, no matter what they people do, and they do some heinous things. They will not demonize them. They won't. And when I made my video about Nick Cannon on our entertainment news channel, and some people was like, man, why you didn't go in? Why you sound like you was soft shoeing. You sound like, I said, listen, y'all don't understand media tactics. I use the same tactics that Fox News and CNN use when they people do something that they quote unquote get in trouble for, right? What do? They try to explain what they were saying. They try to expound on what they were saying. They don't condemn them. They never condemn them. They never talk bad on them. They just kind of try to say, well, maybe this and maybe that. And in the past, I've blatantly done videos like that where, I will purposely report on a story like they have a white supremacist like, well, look at this black woman, what she done to this white woman. You don't report that. I said, okay, one time I said, I'm going to report it just for you. And then when I reported it exactly like they reported. I said, well, she was mentally ill and she really needs help. And due to the legacy of slavery, we've had great mental illness and then sometimes a breakdown of the family. That also, affects, the psyche of black people. And we really need, some mental health counseling. They didn't like that video. They didn't like it. But I did it exactly like they would do it. Right. So my thing is, it just puts you in a messed up place, at least media wise, because yes, you want to talk about it, but you're going to get so angry. At least I will. I seen another video, okay, out of Chicago. They had this brother holding his kid. He was out there talking to some other brothers. This car pulls up and these dudes just jump out the car, start shooting at these brothers with this brother holding this baby. He's running away, trying to shield the baby from getting shot, right? And, he drops to the ground. The baby didn't get shot, nothing like that. But I think the brothers took some rounds or whatever. Then the other dudes come out there with their guns and they going to look for him. I mean, this is videos that I saw. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I do see the videos. And I be trying to understand it. I'm like, well, what's going on? I'm not from Chicago. So I can't really fully say that, oh, it's this, that, and the third. I'm just trying to figure, like I said, I need to figure more out with it. I'm not from there. Like, what's going on? I mean, like it's just wilding out. I mean, like, what's the deal? Like, what is it with some, shooting like that, man? I mean, this is our people. But when the Mexican gangs was pulling black people out of their cars in Cicero, like, now I know I seen a video too of the brothers went out there and put in work on them. I did see that. So I'm not to say I didn't see that video either. They sure did go out there. But what I'm saying is, why are we doing this to each other, man? We're like, if we take all that energy that we having against and focus that energy on the people that's really causing us the issues and problems, you know what I'm saying? Man, we can actually get somewhere as a people. Man, like other black people, we all don't have nothing like that. We don't have anything. The people that got it, you ain't focus on them. Then they build jails to put you in, and they literally treat you like slaves in there. Slaves. I have a cousin that's locked up. They have no AC in there. It's like been 110 degrees over here. They have no AC. None. They make you work. And if you don't work, you get a disciplinary case. You get a disciplinary case when it's time for you to go on parole, you can't go home. Then on top of that, if you don't have people to try to put some money on your books, man, you suffering too. That's why, my cousin's trying to get his business management, college courses right now he's doing in jail. And I write him and I definitely, I'm going to send him some more money, keep money on his books, because I don't want him out there looking for no money. Because I've talked to brothers that have been in there, and he said, man, look, if you just take care of your family in there, they good. He said, because they got some dudes in there, they family forget them in there. And not every brother is in jail, man. Not all of them in jail for like murder and rape and all. No, man, they lock us up. You remember some black people still locked up from the crack era. They didn't kill nobody. You get what I'm saying? It's like, look at what's that place, the Parchment prison they had, how they were treating the brothers. This cruel and unusual punishment, how they treating the brothers in there. And then some people that deserve to be in there, these folks let them be out because they want them terrorizing the black community. I firmly believe that. Like, if you see a dude that's been arrested 50 times, come on now. You want him in the community causing trouble. 50 times? Or that dude that did something in New York at the time, he was arrested 100 times. How are you arrested and charged 100 times? No, them folks using you to terrorize the black community. That's why they're letting your behind out. Because we got some sellouts in the black community, man. They would do anything. You look at the Nipsey Hussle situation. Man, that dude working for them folks that did that. Look at the way he turned himself in. He went to a mental ward. Think about that. Man, what gangster go turn yourself in at a mental ward? Say he working for them folks, man. It's a lot of these dudes out here, man, working for them folks and terrorizing our community. Yeah, you talk about Tekashi 6ix9ine. There's a lot of Tekashis out there. A lot of them. He isn't the only one. Yes, they can get away with that, Charles. But I'm talking about in our community. That don't happen. My cousin was arrested one time. Once. He wasn't arrested 5 times. Once. And he got jammed up. Right when he was about to go to college to play football. Yeah, it was a setup, man. Yeah, man, they say that dude, man, like I said, everybody said he was a snitch, and that's what they were saying, that they didn't want him around. We have a lot of these dudes in the black community, so-called, hardcore super thugs, and they just a super snitch, putting in work, for like, I said COINTELPRO. You can call it whatever you want to call it. That's been going on, man. And when I make statements like we can't build our community with them dudes running around, we can't. Well, that's not right to say that, Phil. Look, you can't build nothing with them. Now, you have a lot of great people in the community, a lot of good people, and you got them dudes out there like just holding black people hostage because they working for them folks. That's why, when I say, man, yeah, we can rebuild Black Wall Street. We sure can. But we got to go get some land on the continent and build a Greenwood community again. We can build it, but I'm a firm believer we have to build it over there. We can't build it here. These people try to sabotage it. To more than one way. Either they'll sabotage it or they'll send in them to come in and sabotage what we got going on. Every time black people trying to do something, here they come trying to sabotage it. It don't matter who they are. They try to sabotage it. Yep, they got citizenship by investment. You're right about that. But also Sierra Leone, and I'm looking more into it, they have a thing where you have DNA in Sierra Leone, I don't know how much percent, you can get a citizenship too. I've heard about that. So for me, like I said, I already know what I want to do, and I got my stuff laid out. I'm just, like I said, I can't wait till we make more trips so I can go just look at some layout and things like that. Business-wise, I already know what we want to do. It's just the continent is wide open. And now you can be like Kanye if you want and go to Wyoming or Montana and all them places and get that cheap land up there away from everybody. You can do that. But, I don't know. You just don't want to be subjected to these folks all the time. And trust me, I don't really like being in a system where they in control of everything. With coronavirus, can you see these people can't be trusted for your life and for the health of your family? They can't be trusted. They were trying to send your kids back to school knowing they don't have a lid on this coronavirus. Well, my child ain't going to their school. I've been made that decision a long time ago that when Sister Sadia sat down right here in this room I'm in today and sat down and told me, before my daughter went to school, you need to take her to the school over here. I say, but Sister Sadia, it's going to be a drive. You make the sacrifice, don't put it in there with these folks. And I'm like, you're right. You're right, Sister Sadia. So I went over there, signed up with the school. The best decision I ever made. So my daughter ain't going to their school. But I'm talking about other people who's watching who kids do go to public school. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yes, I'm good. Yes, I am. I got to. Talking about buying land. Man, it's too wide open for that. It's too wide open. too wide open. Soon as I get back to Nairobi, I'm opening up my office. We're gonna have a African Diaspora News Channel office in Nairobi. As soon as I get over there, as soon as I get back, we setting up a studio in Nairobi. So set restaurant our business in Kenya and all of that. That's gonna be step number one. I'm serious about what I'm doing. I'm not playing games up here. Senegal do have a lot of opportunities. You're right. Senegal has a lot of opportunities. Well, I have a process to that. You talking about y'all hiring. I have a process to all of that. And I will say that, and I'm open to say it, we have like a contributor program. And what happened with that was, the contributor program is what it is. Of course, there's something new for us, so we finally shaped it kind of like where we want it. And based on performance, that's who we come to about, things like that, but we building a team, on the continent and putting it all together. We're gonna be all over the continent. Trust me, we're gonna do our thing. I want to get in the Caribbean. I want to get in Latin America too. So I want to be all over the place. I got to have contributors from everywhere. So we building. I ain't got time to be focusing on these folks. I don't. These people, listen. These people got this man Donald Trump in there, and all these people dead. Now Barack Obama was doing this right now. Barack Obama. They wouldn't be putting up with this from Barack Obama. This. They would never put up with this from Barack Obama. We all know that. They'd have been demanding Barack Obama resign. So even with Trump doing all this stuff, because it's his fault, he's the president. Even with all this stuff for coronavirus, he still got white privilege. It don't matter how many people die, and really a lot of white people died. They still doing it. They got secret police now out there, federal police. They're attacking white people. Some of these white people are finally understanding what we've been talking about the police. They starting to get it. Fat Cat 89. And your point is, y'all watching it. So what's your point? So anyway, you say which are African countries are visa free? Well, that's not going to happen. I don't think that's going. Well, I don't think nobody should be visa free because, do you want just anybody coming into your country? Even America don't allow that. I think that we should be able to get maybe a residency for so many years. And then I would say 5 years. And then see, we even like it. Why would you go give a citizenship and the person may not even like the country, right? So I say give a residency for 5 years. And if they good, they don't get in trouble. They follow the laws and whatever else, then, hey, give them a citizenship. Now if you want to fast track it to 3.5 years, that's fine too. But you don't want anybody just coming into your country like that, even African countries. And we definitely don't want people with a colonizer mentality over there, because they got some people with that mentality. When I go to the continent, I'm not trying to be a colonizer. I'm just trying to come in with a humble spirit and say, I'm your brother. What can I do to help? I'm not trying to come in Lord and Master over you. And about the Karen situation, let me tell you about Karen. I'm glad you brought up Karen. Y'all like when I talk about Karen because the views prove it. I ain't never posted a video talking about white supremacy and y'all, and not y'all watching, of course, right now, but just in general, the people that watch. I ain't seen no video go to 300,000 views in 6 hours talking about something positive about the community. I'll just be honest with you. And for me, Karens, Karens is part of the white supremacist system anyway. They've been part of that. They've been used to cause a lot of problems, and they have been going underneath the radar for a long time. And I think it's time to keep talking about Karen. Yes, I will. Anytime I find a Karen video, I'm going to talk about them. Why not? Anytime a black woman do something, they talk about black women. You know, you got some black folks that won't come up here and shield these Karens all of a sudden. Well, why we gonna keep talking about the Karens? But why you didn't say that when these folks are talking about black women, though? That's right. Karens would kill Emmett Till. Exactly. I remember the videos when everybody was making videos talking about what hood chicks is doing. I even made those videos in the past. Now we're making videos about Karens. And actually, you know, I mean, we didn't even create the term Karen. That didn't come from black folks. White folks created that term. They start calling their own people Karen. We just picked up on it. Yep, Karen is responsible for what happened to Black Wall Street. Exactly. Kevin's, Karens, we're going to talk about all of them. I'll stop talking about them when you start watching them. How about that? Every time I post a Karen video, y'all watching it. Not y'all, whoever it is watching. Let me see who on here real quick. Let's see. I was just seeing who on here. I'm flipping through y'all. Give me a second. Y'all give me at one of these rare times. Okay. Who is Black Jesus _338? I've never seen them before. Oh, it's about that time. Say I love the Karen review. My fiance love it as well. Hey, man, he said, yeah, Karen is worse than. And then let me tell you about these Karens, man. Why they spitting on people so much? They keep spitting on people. Like, that's freaking nasty. You say you're going on a 30-day trip to Senegal? Awesome, man. That's real awesome. I know, like, definitely what we plan on doing. I probably want to do it next year. I would like to go stay. I would like to do 2 months, but I'd like to stay at least a good month in the summer. You know, whatever country. I think we should all just try to stay a month. You know, rent an Airbnb. You know, like whatever African country you want to go stay in, at least for a month. Rent an Airbnb don't cost a whole lot. It just depends on where you rent one at. And at least if you rent an Airbnb on the continent, you ain't worrying about them folks being racist, because most of the time it's going to be owned by black people. Or if it's owned by someone like an Indian or whatever, they treat us different. That's another advantage we have on the continent. They don't treat us like they treat continental Africans. I seen it. When they find out you're Black American, you know, they treat you totally different. No, I don't see. I don't talk to people too much. I socially distance from a lot of people. I've been doing that before Corona. Socially distance, right? No, I ain't got a haircut. I need one. My hair needs to be cut. It's looking bad right now. But when I'm speaking about hair, I'm thinking about starting October the 1st. I'm thinking about it, y'all. What y'all think? I'm thinking about growing my hair out. What y'all think? Think I should grow it out? I'll say I'd like to grow it out one more time. Yeah, I'm thinking, but see, I want to start by October the 1st, because see, by the time October the 1st, then here in Texas, around October 15th, toward the end, our humidity goes and we start cooling down a little bit. So I don't like my head being hot. So I want a fro. I want like when I was 20, how old was that? 24, 25? I had grew a fro out for about 5 months. And man, my fro was right and tight. I had I always kept my edge, always kept my fro, like shaped. I had my junk right. And I took one picture, and that picture got lost. And oh man, 'cause that's before the time. No, I don't do no dreads. Dreads is not me. But a fro, I would love to get, like I say, get this one time. Just do it. Take a good picture in it, save it, whatever. Then it can start getting hot again. I cut it. Jerry curl, nah, I can't do no Jerry curl, man. But see, boy, when you that's before the time of cell phones. I mean, with the cell phone cams and all that, the cloud and all that. Now you don't lose nothing. But yeah, man, I want to grow a fro, get my beard thicker. Then when I had that fro, just had that. To me, it's like beards and fros. Them folks get scared of that. You say you got an oil recipe. Hey, I got. Matter of fact, I have this oil I use on my beard. I'm gonna start using it because I'm trying to grow it back out. Because I'm just, I use it, cut it down. You say, why do black men wear a haircut called Caesar anyway? Dark or light? I don't know what Caesar is. He said no shave, no velvet. No, I mean, what I do, I want to grow it out to a certain length. But I just want to keep it, shaped up or whatever. Oh, what's up, Great Black Shark? It's all good, brother. Yeah, but I'm thinking about October 1st, y'all. See, I was trying to grow it, I think, last year. But it, to me, started looking weird after I grew my hair about maybe about a good month. I'm not so used to looking. But I say, you know what, I'm going to do it. I said, I'm going to do it. I keep my hair like this because, I don't know, I just think for what I do, it works out, pretty good. Oh, no, no. James Harden, no. No, that's not. I would say if you get your beard to the point to a number 3 guard, whether you have a number 3 guard that can just, and then it gets to a point after number 3 guard, like let's say like Rick Ross, he that's all scissor cut with his, his is big, I mean that's about further I would probably go with it is maybe what Rick Ross has, but that takes a while to grow that kind of beard. It takes about a good 6 months to grow that kind of beard, maybe if you're using the right products. Yeah, James Harden, no, I don't like that. Because you got to clean up that beard, man. You say you've been growing your hair healthy since 18 with a major ORSP. Say I'm growing down the middle of my back. Yeah, hey, I support all y'all sisters, man, doing y'all natural hair. I support it. I give compliments when I see it. I say, hey, sister, your hair look nice. And I'm complimenting your hair. I don't care about Rick Ross, what he do in his personal life. Let's talk about the beard. You say you can't wait for your facial hair to come in. But now this one brother put me on this beard oil. And he was like, man, brother, all this oil, I got it in there. I forgot, what is it called? I forgot the name of that oil. Anyway, I put it all on there. I haven't used it yet, but I'm going to start using it probably. I'm going to try to get my hair cut tomorrow. So I ain't even cut my beard. I just say, hey, just shape my beard up. Don't cut it, whatever. And tomorrow I'm going to start using the beard oil. Well, sometimes you just want to change it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You say you're just waking up in New York? Okay, shout out to New York. Man, I like New York, man. Y'all treated me good out there. You say Jamaica still colonized by the British. Shoot, them Chinese trying to colonize. You say send this Rona out of here so we could travel again? Oh, boy. You're out of here. Yeah, I know. What's how you say your name, sis? Sinetas? I guess that's your name? Oh, okay. I appreciate you. No, nothing is closed in Houston. Well, the bars is and all of that, yes. the nightclubs and all of that. But no, I've never been to Jersey. Never been to Jersey. Never been to Jersey. Oh, razor blades and lemons. Oh yeah, you like that podcast? Yeah. Argan oil. It is 3:29 a.m. It's 3:29. But yeah, I wanna grow it out and just rock with it. My wife would be like, yeah, I like when you keep it short. Yeah, growing it out. I'm like, look, I don't want to grow it out. And then I asked my little girl, I was like, what you think if daddy grow his hair? Grow it. I want you to grow it. So I say, well, see, hey, my baby want me to grow it. So. Well, like I said, if I start growing it, October the 1st, I'll have to start that because I'm not going to grow no hair in this Texas heat. Hell no. I know 100-degree weather. I ain't growing no hair in no heat. It's too hot down here for that. That's why I said October 1st, I'll start growing it. I'm trying to start my beard now. So, because normally I cut my beard down. Oh, my podcast. Man, I got to try to get that done too. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to work on that tomorrow. Oh, okay. When you're trucking? Okay. Guys, I don't comment on those sort of topics. I like I said, I'm about peace, love, and hair grease. That's what I'm about. Yeah, see, you don't have no AC. Man, listen, my AC was acting up maybe 2 weeks ago. The evaporator coils was messed up. One of them, it was gone completely, and the other one working 15%. They fixed it. I'm like, oh, and then also I'm gonna tell y'all something, especially you who live in the South. Listen to me what I'm about to tell you. I'm gonna put you on some game. You need to get you some blackout curtains. Okay? Put them blackout curtains all over your house. Every window that you have, put blackout curtains. It will make a world of a difference. I'm telling you. You don't realize how much heat be coming to your house through those windows. Get you a blackout. Go spend the money. Matter of fact, go to Bed Bath & Beyond. Invest the money in Bed Bath & Beyond. That's where I got mine from. Some good curtains. All blackouts. Measure all your windows. Get the rods and all of that. I put up, oh man, let me see. This one here. 2, 6 downstairs. Hold on, how many other? I think I got 4 or 5 in my room. Then my kids' room. I don't know. I put up a lot. I got a ceiling fan right here too. But when you put them blackouts, you ain't gonna need your ceiling fan because your house gonna be cold. Yeah, but see in LA, some of y'all houses don't have AC. I know that by going out there. Yeah, the Texas had it. Trust me. Put them blackouts. It's going to save. Your house going to be so much cooler. Now, it's going to be darker in the house, but your house going to be so much cooler. And look, especially if you work nights. Let's say some of y'all that work nights. If you put some blackouts in your room, you'll sleep longer. Because, when you work nights and then you start seeing the light come in, it wakes you up. And then you don't get enough sleep when you work nights. Put them blackout curtains in there. Okay, well, you want the blinds, that you can do that too, but I do the curtains. We did all curtains. Oh, you like the winter? 30, 40 degrees? Nah, I don't like it like that. Let me tell you perfect weather for me. Low to mid 70s, clear sky during the day. About mid to low 50s at night. That's my temperature right there. That's my perfect temperature. Yeah, listen, I'm telling you, and you men, help your wives with them curtains. Help your wife. It's okay to help your wife with them curtains. It's okay. You can listen. Get you. I don't know if you got a DeWalt drill set. DeWalt is awesome. Get you a DeWalt drill set. Get you a leveler. A laser leveler, it don't cost that much. At Lowe's or whatever. You put that leveler up there, get that little pencil, mark the little spots. Get them in, put them rods up. I'm telling you, it's gonna save you. It's gonna save you some money. It's gonna save you. Trust me. When we was trying to get all them curtains, them people was buying them curtains up. They were buying them up. I said, "What's going on? Why is people over here?" And they're like, and my wife's like, "Same thing we doing, trying to put the black out so you can save on the electric bill." And now every woman gonna like, yeah, well, I'm starting to want to do podcasts like that where people, responding to their voice messages. I think that I like that way. Yeah, DeWalt got 2 batteries in a pack. Yep. And look, DeWalt. Listen, in the plants, they always had DeWalt, and DeWalt is like industry standard. So any man should have DeWalt. Period. You should have that. Yeah, gotta have your toolbox, man. Just in case you need anything. Big Bear, hey, that's that place that Chris Dorner was. I remember when I say Big Bear, I was thinking about Christopher Dorner every time. I didn't see the verses with Snoop and DMX. I didn't see that. I know the last one I watched was Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. That's the last one I watched. Oh, I know Canada is cold. Oh, boy. See, I don't do too good in cold weather. I don't know. And see, like, on the continent, it don't snow like that on the continent. There's no hurricanes either. So when I went to Ethiopia in 2018, that weather was like what I told you I like. It was the weather in August. And because, they're on the other side of the world. So their seasons are different than ours. So when we're all hot, they're cool, And then we just so backwards, man, living in the United States is because they're 8 hours, some places 6 hours ahead of us, 8 hours ahead of us. And then when we come back here, we all screwed up on our time. Yeah, Great Black Shark, man, we'll be back, bro. We all will be back, man. I know you can't wait to get back as much as I can't wait to get back, man. I learn something new every day. I got this thing I done they say now that I didn't know I was at least 4.4% Kenyan, but I'm mostly West African from what I was reading on my thing up here. I have. And do you know the majority of us have a lot of Nigeria in us? Now, what I don't understand is, and this happens at times, not all Nigerians, but some of these Nigerians that come over here, they be the main ones, some, not all. They be the main ones be trying to get at black folks. I'm like, good and well we cousins. Most of us come out of Nigeria anyway. Or I can't say Sierra Leone, but I don't know what it is sometimes with that. And I say not all, because I got Nigerians in my family, literally, and one of my good friends is Nigerian. So not to say I'm against my own people, but I don't get why we have those issues sometimes. I don't get it, because when I went to Kenya, man, I mean, shoot, and even Ethiopia, it was all love too. It was all love. But it's not when you go to the continent you have that problem. It's just when people come over here and they trying to fight for resources and fight to hold their communities together and all of that, and it is crazy, man. And I talked to, what was her name? Betty's, the Puerto Rican, Dominican sister. She was like, America kind of bring that out of people, all the division. Yeah, family. He said, I just hang my Kenya flag up. Oh, okay. You say you're 27%. Well, they say here, I'm 42% Nigerian, and I'm 14.8% Sierra Leonean. That's what they say here. And then they say what 14? Well, they said I think it was Kenya is on like 4.4%. That's the part I was shocked about actually. And then of course, when you go through your DNA things here, you have of course that colonizers in us. I'm like, oh, I wish I could extract that crap. But that's a legacy of slavery. We all got that crap in our legacy. You say you meant Dinka of Senegal? Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, most blacks in America, yeah. That's the legacy of slavery. Actually, I did get it. No, I got angry. I didn't get emotional. I got angry. I got angry because I was like, all this time it's been over here, and I didn't even know all this, and I could have been here much sooner. I was actually upset. Yeah, I was upset. But when I went to Kenya, I blended in with the Kenyans. If I didn't open my mouth, they didn't know I wasn't Kenyan today. Especially that one lady say, when I talked to her, she's like, "Oh, I thought you was Kenyan." You say, "Well, were you Black American?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I got that many times. And this one brother on the beach was like, I didn't say nothing, and then I started talking. And he's like, "Oh man," he said, "Well, you never know. We may be distant cousins. Look," he was putting his arm next to mine, and we were literally the exact same color. We was chopping it up on the beach, man. It didn't have, like I say, just chopping it up, talking, and they hustling, selling their products on the beach, and you don't have no race soldiers bothering you, or at that particular place you did have some Mzungus, but it's not American Mzungus. It was more so the Italian and ones from the UK, and so they they move a little different than the American. I will say that much. Is different levels of Mzungu. It is. Because I remember the first time I went out there, I talked to an Irish woman, and boy, that woman was going in on Donald Trump. That's back when he first got in there. She was going in on him. She's like, how did they elect that racist president? He said he's such a bigot. She was going in on him. I'm like, man. And she just kept going on and on and on. Say, I feel so sorry for you and with that kind of president. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, okay, I said, that's fine. But then when I got to Kenya, this is the funny part. That was the following year. When I got off the plane, Kenyans are asking me about Donald Trump. Hey, how is it with Donald Trump as your president? Like, oh man, Donald Trump. And I'm looking at them like, I don't want to talk about Donald Trump. I ain't come here to get away from Donald Trump. Well, I want to talk about him here. You know what I'm saying? Some of them was like excited to talk about Donald Trump because Donald Trump for some people, he's like a celebrity to them. Yeah, I seen Goodbye Uncle Tom. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, they well, let me tell you something. Like I said before, they treat us different, man. We get more. I think personally, and I've said this before, I felt I get more respect outside the U.S. than I have inside the U.S. Like Indians won't talk to you crazy on the continent. Chinese is not going to do it to a Black American, no. Especially a Black American with that energy, no. No, they're not going to treat you bad. Matter of fact, you will be the one to go over there and set them straight. I've been told by many people, Black Americans I know, that have went over there and they didn't realize they're Black American. They checked they behind. They was apologizing. But to a continental African, they disrespect them. They'll put their hands on them and everything, these other groups. But they don't put their hands on us. Remember when I interviewed Rick and Cynthia from the Black Acres of the Gambia? How they was talking about the Indian dude was talking crazy and all that. But then they checked them. They got all, oh, I'm sorry, and this and that and the third. It's like they know this is what they say about us. We are the fighters. They know that. The world looks at us Black Americans as fighters. Like we will fight. We have that reputation. They know we aren't punks. Yes, we deal with this system, but do you think they don't see them images of us turning up? They see that. Yes, I've heard that brothers are loved in the, brothers get a lot of love in the Philippines. But the Philippines, that's the Asians that's discriminated against too, though. Like all your dark Asians, like Philippines, Laotians, Cambodians, them real dark Asians, they're discriminated against. In the Asian world, they are. And you can go live like a king in the Philippines. I know the one thing I like about YouTube, you can see how other YouTubers, black people like you, go and live in these countries, and you can actually, they tell you exactly how it is. Like this one brother I see that he moved to the Philippines. He got a Filipino wife, kids. He look like he living good out there. He ain't complaining. This other sister I saw that live in Vietnam. She was making content about there. And this other sister I know that went out to Vietnam, she said how cheap it was. And they said that's one of the destinations you could actually move to, where you could spend like $1,000 a month and live like a king, Yeah, you're right, Rory Black Shark. They do call the Philippines the N-words of Asians. Yeah, that's true. My daughter's, my little girl's pediatrician. She's Filipino, and she's a good doctor though. She's a real good doctor. We got her a long time ago, and I talked to her about, I want to go check the Philippines out, boy. She was like, oh, let me know where you go. I can tell you everywhere to stay. She got so excited when I told her I was talking about, we go visit the Philippines. And so I know people who stay in Japan too. Some people say they like Japan. But they had this one documentary about blacks in Japan or something like that, and the black people like, I'll never go back to America. Oh, you say your girlfriend Filipina? Oh, okay. So how did that work? BBC superhero. How does that work like with the family? Do they accept you? Because it's two different cultures. And having two different cultures, coming together is definitely, different. No matter what, even if you come together with an African, that's still a different culture from Black America. So, like, how does that work out? Oh, you say you've been in Japan for 15 years? Okay. I didn't like that, but they ended up apologizing because I guess they didn't want that smoke. And you have to understand the ones in New York. Well, the Dominican thing. I try to bring people on and navigate that. Maybe next time we get Blvd to come on and get her to talk about the Haitian deal, because that's the topic that that's a touchy subject. I know Japan is a place that from what I heard, it's clean, just like Singapore, another place. And that's what Robert Mugabe went to, was Singapore. You say your fiance is Dominican. Would I ever live in Florida? No. I'm trying to get away from hurricanes. You know what? My wife went up there to Maryland. She fell in love with Maryland. She said, "You really need to go." I've been to Maryland before, and because it just had 4 seasons, but you still can get hurricanes in Maryland. My thing is, I'm trying to be more on the continent. I'm like I told my wife, I want to have a place here because I got to come back and forth here. If it was up to me, I have a place in Kenya, I have a place in South Africa, and I have a place somewhere in West Africa. I want 3. I want at least all them places on the continent. Like, look, I want to go here, go there. I got a lot of people campaigning, you need to come to South Africa and all of that. And I'm like, look, I'm coming to South Africa. Don't worry about it. I'm coming. Like I said, I got to get down to South Africa. The only bad thing about South Africa is, you leave here, then you go to South Africa, and then you see some of them folks. Because them folks are still out there. Not maybe in the numbers they are here, but they're still out there. You know what I'm saying? And, I've never been there, but people told me that when they realize it's one of us, they get some act right. Now, they treat them bad over there, but, some of those countries, like, why some of the places you can't own land? It's because I was explaining to why they do the 99-year lease deal. because colonizers coming there buying up all the land and getting the land. So to prevent those colonizers from getting on the land, they said no, you can't get land. You got to get on a 99-year lease. That's kind of how they did that. Okay, you say you went to University of Maryland. Well, I know. I think my wife was up there in Prince George's County area, and it really got a lot of affluent black people out there. I did the research on that. A lot of affluent black people living in good areas. Black people, like I said, that's why I don't like to hear like we so poor. We this like man, black people are doing good, man. Black people are doing. I want to visit Hawaii. I do. I haven't been yet, but I want to visit that. You said South Africa's USA of the continent says, well, yeah, it has the most development. I agree with that. Let's see, who is this? Let's see, who is this person is. Let's see what they're talking about. They don't see anybody, but I hear them. You say been 3 times. Like shoot, I had one sister. Like I said, she's Zulu. Well, no, that the other sister, Patience, that we had come on the show, she's Zulu, and yeah, she trying me. She want me to go out there to Zulu land out there with them. So I got to go to Zulu land when I'm out there because I got to go meet. She say you want me to meet the people in the Zulu kingdom. I'm like, yeah, I would go out there. I would break bread. You say it was an accident? Okay, let me hit cancel then. Anyway, let me see. Hold on, what we got? Trying to press this button here. America didn't sabotage so much, we would be. Oh yeah, of course we'd be a lot better. Of course we'd be a lot better. Of course. That's been our whole thing. It's sabotage, man. I said that every area of our existence, they have tried to sabotage black people. When they leave us alone, we build Black Wall Street. That's what we do. In Liberia, I got to go to Liberia because Royda, she been like, you need to come out here to Liberia, and I'm like, Royda, I'm coming. Her uncle wanted to meet me too, so he liked the video I made when Telia was dealing with all that and problems. So I got to go meet him out there. So yeah, I definitely got to get to West Africa. That's on my list for next year for sure. West Africa, but you go to West Africa, you definitely better get your what you're looking for, those malaria pills, because I'm not trying to catch no malaria, because I know how I am on a good day. And Roy, they're good people, man. She real good people. We call, check on each other and all that, and yeah, she good people. So many people been to Ghana, man. It's like everybody want to go to Ghana. I already had the yellow fever vaccine. I had no choice but to take it because they wouldn't let me into the country at the time without it. Do you think we as black people in America will ever get our own land? Um, I think black people can get land here, but you can buy land anytime you want to. But do you want to deal with the problems of America? It's easier to go get land, like you say in Ghana, or wherever you're gonna get land from, right? Nigeria, South Africa. Like the so one sister was showing me these beautiful photos, man, of areas we can get land at. It's just beautiful in South Africa, and I'm like, why not go get it out there? I don't know. I'm a firm believer. Like, look, man, I'm not be fighting with these people just to live a basic life, man. I'm not saying I'm trying to be whatever, but I want to have a place of refuge. One thing my dad said is this: if you don't have peace in your house, you have no peace. And the problem is, the black people we don't have peace in our house for the most part because we're always under siege. I mean, Great Black Shark, you've been out to the continent, man. You know how easy it is, and how you see the opportunities out there, man. Now, of course, you got to think like an entrepreneur. That's for sure. You can't go, you got to get America out your head. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I mean by America, it's like, oh, can we get a job? No, get that out your head. That Africa is an entrepreneur's place. If you have just a small idea, you can materialize it. Because what makes it, yes, keep your American citizenship. Don't give that up. Who said that? I never tell you to give that up. Um, but if you go out there just and you know what you're doing, you got some sort of experience in business. I say this: if you can create a business in America and make it work, you can definitely make it work over there. That's for sure. Because the first thing is going to be inexpensive is labor. Labor is your biggest cost in any business. Is labor. You could pay them what they deem as a good salary, and you still come out good at the end. It's because, see, in America, it's not only a salary you got to pay. You got to pay unemployment insurance, taxes. There's so many things that you got to do in America. And the only way you can get around some of that is if a person you hire as an independent contractor, then you can get around that. But if you hire them for your company, there's a lot of money here in America. Like in America, no matter what job it is, you're going to pay double the pay in America versus you will pay half the pay, probably at least half the pay of a monthly salary to somebody on the continent. And to them, that's like money here in America. And then if you get to the point you paying them like you paying people here in America, well, man, they kind of rich. It's definitely in some of these countries they live in. Egypt, man, I mean, I'm not trying to be in no country where, Arabs are running it like that. Because to me, that's just an Arab country. You say you can make them. You say you can pay them double a good salary in some African nations. Some come out great. Continental Africans very hard workers. Yeah, they are. And the thing about them, what I see, they just hustling, man. They like, look, man, I gotta get it. I gotta get it. I gotta get it. And what's hurting them about Corona is they have a what you call what they call it, hand to mouth society. Well, basically, you have to go out there every day and do something to get money. If you don't do something to get money, you gonna have a whole family going out without food. And that's what happened during Corona. So Reuters had reached out to me about a project that she was a part of and giving families like 50-pound bags of rice. Because, rice, especially in West Africa, is like a big thing. Rice is huge in their diet. But me growing up down here in the South, at one point in time, rice is a huge part of my diet. So, I say it was like, what, 20 US dollars for a 50-pound bag of rice. So, you give some money, donate, and give a couple of families, 50-pound bags, man. That's good. Teaching, if you got a degree and you show up with a degree from America, they're gonna be like, oh shoot, man, come on, you might as well go start a school. I get why people like go start things on the continent versus here. People say, why they don't start it here? We got black people here that need help. You're right, we do. But it makes it so much harder though. With a red tape, and you really got to beg them to help your own people when you do certain things. You start a school, you still got to go through them to a point. Versus you go to the continent, you can start a school and do whatever you want. Yeah, you're right. I learned that Southern Black American culture is definitely similar to African culture. Yes, I would. Yes, sir. You're 100% right. Yep, you're right about that. But ladies and gentlemen, this thing about to come off. Like I said, I've been on here chopping up with you guys. Um, Mexico got its colorism problems, that's for sure. When I talked to Brenda Lazama about that, and even my wife about that, yeah, they definitely very colorist in Mexico. If you are dark, indigenous, or even Afro Latino, they very they're very colorist. You know, the more white looking you are, the better you'll get treated. It's a hide all it is in the Latin world. Period. Very, very a lot of colorism. A lot of colorism. You know, so. But Brenda, she's still out there doing her thing. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I got about 6 seconds. This thing about to come off. So you guys have a great morning.